Hello everybody, welcome back to Feldy. Wonderful map, Farming Simulator 2011, created by Farmer Yip. I'm in our combine here, and we are facing kind of a challenging field, if you will. Just up the hill from here is our sheep. And we have this little field kind of shoehorned in. We're kind of between a rock and a hard place, if you will. The rock on the left, and I think there are collisions on all of these fence posts. So I have the header kind of on the trailer here. Well, not kind of, it is. So we're going to head up the hill, and I think oh my goodness, I can't even get up the hill without running into something. I think the access to the field is near the top, so we'll try to negotiate our way up the hill. And I have no idea how Yip wanted us to approach this field. I'm kind of curious to see if we can even fit the header in the front door. Well, let's see here. Okay. You know, I guess that appears we can make that work. So I think maybe what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to put our header kind of over on this far side. I wondered if I should go up and then turn around, and that maybe is something that could be done, but I think maybe I'll park this here and I can access. All right, let me drop it here. I can no. Okay, there, maybe that, no. Okay, I gotta go Shift Q to, there we go. I'm gonna see if I can turn it around, and what may end up happening is I'm just gonna be smashing some of the crop. You know, we don't see that, you know, with our, oh yeah, that looks narrower than I thought it was. We'll make that work. Boom! Off the trailer it comes. Let me see if I can go up a little bit. And I'm probably just going to try to do this manually, if you will. Let's see if I can stay out of the hair of that fence post. My goodness. You know, I haven't told Farmer Yip that I've been doing this series here, but I'd be curious to see how he thinks this field, you know, should have been harvested. So maybe, like I say, we'll just try to take this in here manually. And it's a steep hill, kind of pigeon-toed. Pigeon-toed, I'm not even sure that's the word for it. But it's just jammed in here, and I gotta say, it is delightfully inconvenient. And it's just another reason why I think this map is so appealing to me. You know, I know if you've seen some of my other videos, I have a preference kind of for the larger maps, if you will. I think I've probably spent a good portion of my playing time on the 4X and the 16X maps. But as you might imagine, it's hard to get really good details on those maps. So let me see if I can stay out of trouble. Kind of hard to negotiate this turn. But the big maps will never have the charm of the smaller maps when they include so many details, you know, like we have on this one here. And not just details, it's just flat out charm. But, you know, I know at one point, I can't remember if I've said anything about this, Farmer Yip's last map for Farming Simulator that I'm aware of was Glen Ellie for Farming Simulator 15. I think there were some others that he got started. I don't know if they ever came to fruition. I do know that he also worked on Glen Ellie again for Farming Sim 19. I think I have a copy of it somewhere on my computer, but it was never released. And so I was thrilled to see that he had done something with it on Farm Sim 19, because it meant that he kind of kept it up. So time will tell if he ever returns, kind of back to the scene. But I do know at one point he had hopes, designs, whatever it was, for a second version of Feldy, Feldy 2. And I almost think he was hoping to have a 4X version, maybe. He'd have to confirm all of this. I would absolutely love to see that. I guess now if he would do such a thing, of course it wouldn't be in Farming Simulator 11, but would be in 22 or whatever the most recent version is. I do know Farmer Yip, he never lived in the past. He always used the most currently available version. So in that regard, maybe someday I'll get my wish and have a Feldy 4X version. But in the meantime, this one here will have to suffice. Now I wonder, is that enough for him? I maybe better make another pass. And oops. Just gotta stay out of those. Stay out of the fence posts. Just kind of a little triangle-shaped field in here. Well, the other inconvenience we're gonna have is how to bale this. I'd still like to capture the straw out of here if I can. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. I mean, it's one thing to come up in here with a tractor and bale it up, but how to get the bales out, and I'm wondering if I'll be able to negotiate the turn kind of at the top, you know, with the auto pickup bale wagon. Might have a wee bit of trouble kind of down here on this point. Alright, I wonder if I can trust the hired help here now to continue on. Let me get this going. Looks like he's already set up on barley, but I kind of need to open it up here and see if I can get. Oh yeah. All right. Sweet. Oh, that's nice. Now, assuming he keeps going here on this steep hill, you know, that is another thing I still want to do. It is so incredibly steep in here that I really would like to have a hillside combine. But being how there weren't any of them back here in this era of farming sim, or the ones that we do have really aren't very functional, well, I may just have to do without that. So, looks like he's about halfway full, and there is no way we could ever have a course play going on this little piece here, not surrounded by that many fence posts and hard objects, because like I say, I'm pretty sure they all have collisions on them. So, yeah, course plays wouldn't work. Here's our little tractor. Take him up the hill and get all set. And you know, I did some work kind of off cam. I ended up picking up a bunch more loads of red clover kind of down on the flat. That would be kind of down over here, field number 1. I picked up a number of loads. I brought them all up here to the sheep so they could turn it into wool. I tried to get enough so that it would use up whatever water was there. I suppose I could bring more water over, but then I took the rest of the field and baled it, and I think I ended up hauling a load of bales down to sell it. I mean, we are still horribly in debt, so we got ourselves a bunch of work to do, and I'm hoping that through harvesting the rest of the fields, we can get our debt under control. And not only under control, I'd like to get a fertilizer spreader, and I think if I have that, we'll be pretty well all set. to get planting all the rest of the fields in here, once we're done kind of with harvest. So actually, let me take this out into the field. We'll kind of park it up here while we wait for him to get full. I assume he'll have a tank loaded here. So let me cycle through some of the other things while we're at it. Here's our forage harvester unit. And this reminds me of something that I wanted to show people. I mentioned on a previous video. This is the field out here we finished. You can see it's all bare. There's no bales or windrows left except tall hedge standing here at the edge. I think, yeah, you can see just a fuzz of green coming, so the next crop is coming along. So it's good to know it'll be growing right up. Let me just hop in here. Continue to, here it is. So what I wanted to, take a good look at our baler, by the way. We just had a bunch of rain in here, so it happened to clean off our baler, so we didn't have to end up pressure washing it, which we don't have anyhow. The rain kind of took care of it for us, kind of like how it happens in Farm Sim 15 and beyond, that when it rains, it magically cleans all of our equipment. But you may recall this for a while was red as red could be, I think for the dirt representation that they had on there. But what I wanted to mention was the front end. You see where it goes in, kind of right there, those metal tines pick up the hay or straw or whatever to turn it into bales. And what I wanted to mention was, and you can do this too when you have a mod, when you look real close, this is now in the Giants editor, we're no longer in game. There's something called a cutting area in here. Cutting is kind of a misnomer. But what it has, there's 3 points that define a parallelogram, if you will, that shows the height, the width, and the depth of the area on the map surface where the baler is going to be picking stuff up. It's a baler in this case. So what I said is, I want this to pull in just a little wider than how it appears here. We can physically see what the width is here, but the start area is kind of over here. I put it, I don't know what that is, maybe 0.1, 0.2 meters over there. And then I did the width, the one over here, the same, just a little outside. So if there is some grass or hay or straw sitting here, it will grab it and take it right on in along with everything else. And I just did that just because I know in real life that's kind of how it works. It will, assuming the windrows together, will grab the whole thing and pull it in. And I also did it on the header for, this is the front header that we have on our forage harvester to pick up just slightly wider in the windrow. So this one here had the start and the width here, so I just kind of expanded them a little bit beyond so that the machine would pick it up. I think that makes it a little bit easier in game, when you're picking up a windrow. So I just kind of wanted to show that ad in case anybody was ever interested in doing that. You can't go entirely off of what you see in here. These happen to be named start, width, and height. You really have to kind of go to the XML and look up the cutting area, and it will tell you there where the indices are, and here the indices to find the start, width, and height. So anyway, just thought I'd pass that along. Let's go see how our combine is doing. Aha. Waiting on us. At some point, I think I'm still going to use all of this as a cash crop. Let me get down the hill so we can fill it. I'm going to sell it and use it to pay some bills because I have a bunch of debt to deal with. But I do know at some point, I need to make some animal feed. Another component of the animal feed, of course, is the feed stuff. So something I could have done but didn't was harvest a lot of the red clover and treat it as, or take it down to the animal food maker and put it in there. Because I think for cattle feed you need barley and you need feed stuff, which comes either from peas or from red clover, and then you need biofuel to process it. And then for the hog feed you need a root crop. In this case it would be sugar beets, and then again you need feeds, or no, let's see, yeah, feed stuff. I think in their case it's feed stuff. So for cattle feed it's barley, and feed stuff for the pig feed it is feed stuff and the sugar beets, and both need biofuel. And folks, we are fresh out of biofuel. I mean, well, not literally out. If we were literally out, the gate would be closed over here. So I'm keeping just enough in there. I mean, let me see. Oops, I got on the wrong one. Need to hit 9. So we have 2,500 biofuel and storage. I think we need something like, what is it, 2,200? I forget exactly what it was. But if I let this drop below 2,500, it's going to shut the gate on us up here. So I want to keep that in there. Basically, I'm not going to use it. But, I see something else while I'm... Oh, hey, look at that. He's all done. Well, I thought he was done. We have a bunch of fleece, that we can go pick up, and I think for the fleece we need to leave 5,000 in there, or else it'll close the gate. I think on mission 3, that's Kelp Island, and you'll see also. Well, let's see, where did we? There, fertilizer, 49,500. So we want to keep that open because we're making a fair amount of fertilizer. So let me see if I can get this on here on our trailer. It's always a ticklish thing on these silly trailers. There's a hump you kind of got to get it over, then I back up to it a little bit, and I drop it. But then the real ticklish part is getting it all to hook up so that it doesn't fall off. And I think we have another barley field kind of coming up, so I'm going to do that. Now, did that do it okay? Yeah, I never... Oh, that's not okay. Oh, this is what happens when you get too close to the fence. Alright, I'm just going to head up the hill and turn around up top here. Hopefully I can bend my way through this. Oh, and he put the fence post so tight. Hello, sheeps. We might even be done with the wool. I check that out real quick. Man, I can't even hardly turn in a circle with this. Pig, kelp, pig, sheep. Oh no, it's still working. Alright, we got plenty there, so we may need some more feed stuff to totally use up the water. It's 50 and 1,000 to create 500 of wool. So yeah, you know what? That's going to be working for a while. And that's something else I maybe need to do. There's this box. I forget what it's called. Something bit of equipment you can get called a juke box. Almost sounds like juke box. Anyway, that's what you use to haul the wool in, and so I know we can take some of it down there and sell it. So I'm looking for a cash from all angles, and I'm not too proud that I won't sell some wool. So why don't we head on down? Looks like our header is sticking on there like glue, so maybe I should take back all the things I said about header trailers. I've just never had very good luck with them. kind of taken another path. I mean, you may recall we started at the southern end of the map with our harvest and kind of went up the west side, if you will. Now we're kind of coming up the middle, if you will. So we're coming down along this ridge. There's not near as many fields to harvest. You may recall we did corn in this field over here. And now we're going to just head up here and take care of another field of barley. I just love the variety and love the hills in this map. And let me see, I probably should pull ahead just a little further and maybe I can get away with leaving the trailer there. Alright, we'll drop the... Nope, don't want to do that. Maybe Shift Q. Yeah, Shift Q drops it. I can't keep that in mind. I mean, the keys that I press, Q hooks something up, and Shift Q also does it, but anyway, we'll get her figured out. Yeah, we never really had, when I worked on the farm, we never used a header trailer. We always just carefully made our way down the road, so it's kind of an interesting experience to me to use it in here. So I have a feeling in real life they don't just bound off of the trailer quite like that. So why don't we get this going? And he's gonna be all set up. So we'll just let him do his thing and hopefully he'll stay out of the way of our lowly little header trailer, or we're gonna be kind of in trouble. So we got a little field in here, kind of just over the top of the main farmyard down there in the middle. Call it the main farmyard. We really haven't treated it as such. Most of our time has been up by the store. The sheep are kind of across the way over here, so that's kind of where we were. And yeah, out in yonder is the sea. Alright, we'll take this down so that we're ready to receive barley over here as well. Like I said, I think I'm still going to be selling it. I've just barely dented my $100,000 note, so I got a lot of money that needs to be paid off, so but I may end up still trying to just purchase a couple more more items of equipment, one of which is, you know, that choke box or whatever, because I think we need it in order to haul the wool. And once we have it, it'll also help us. I think you haul eggs with it. I mean, there's all kinds of different things I think that it does here in this map. And in terms of, I'm really not doing anything with the animals at the moment. You know, I know that there's beef, there's hogs, there should be a regular milk cow going on in here. Oh, here he comes on around. He's doing great. But I kind of think all we need to do on those is feed it the inputs and it will start giving us output. So in other words, we put in feed and water and everything, and hogs will magically produce somehow, even though we don't have them. Or maybe we do have them, and they just refuse to get busy until we give them... Yeah, see, I guess we got hogs. I don't know what I'm saying. You know, we are going to need the windrower at some point. There's a field of peas down over yonder. I don't think it's marked on the PDA map, but I know it's there because I put it in myself. I think it's right here just to the east of number 25. I put a new field in there, but we're not quite there yet. We'll need fuel at some point. Here we go. Let me drop this off, and I'm going to go make the bales, and I'm going to have to do it with a little faith that we'll be able to actually pick them up. Because I really don't know how I'm going to do it, because these are all, yeah, see, that's a hard object. These are all, oh, going. See, and this is what happens, folks, when you mess around. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? He's eye-centered. I can't drive forward or... Oh, maybe we can there. Hold on. Now, somehow... maybe just with a little patience. Sometimes they will... you're able to go between the fence posts. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me on this. How am I going to get that out of there? I don't even know how this happened. Doggone it. Okay, well, let me try to do that and see if I can get this turned around in here. Oh, the predicaments I get myself into. I'll have to keep an eye on my combine down there. I wonder if there's a way to get in here from up top. And if we have access to the field without... I don't know. We have access to the field without that gate. But I don't know. Can I get through here? Oh, those are all hard objects. Blimey. Okay, let me see if I can go out and around. Can I do that? I see there's fence posts over there, but I seem to recall it was open over here. Aha. All right. This is... I have never done this before. All from trying to drive up this silly road. Wow, wow. Oh, and look at... How do I get through here? Are these open? They are not. Oh, yep. You know what I may have to do is literally go outside the game and take some collisions off these posts. Let me see if there's a way to sneak around here. Where there's a will, there's a way. Aha, okay, he stopped putting fence posts in right as he jammed it into the tree. So, we are decoding Farmer Yip here. Oh, it's bumpier and all get out down here. So I also have to be careful, because I don't want to tangle with the fence. Now, I'm going to have to gently... Yes, just like that. Oh boy, is that close? I think I can make that angle work. Slink down here, because I badly want to avoid... There we go. Okay, I think we're all as well. Although I have a feeling I probably have a full combine, so we're going to come back to this. Oh, no we don't. Alright. We shall continue and go up and do what we're supposed to do. Well, note to any of you, if anybody tries this map, be very, very careful coming up and down this hill. You know, I even have a couple course plays set up on the hill, and I'm wondering if that is such a good idea, because I'm wondering if I'm going to have some difficulty through no fault of my own poor driving. Now I'll have the computer's poor driving to deal with as they try to navigate the hill. I think it's coming clear from the top here. Hauling out, I think it was to the biofuel center. Alright, so I think we're back on regular ground. I still don't know how it kicked me over to the fence. You know, these earlier versions of Farming Sim, I know I've laughed sometimes. It was very funny, like in 09. You know, if you tried to hook up, I think like a front end loader or a plow or, I mean, anything. If it was at the wrong angle behind the tractor and if it wasn't set just so, You know, a lot of times we probably have all had the experience of being in the tractor and flying into the air, you know, when the physics engine or whatever just kicked us up for some unknown reason. Oh, let me see here. I better get the gate out, or I'm going to end up jamming one into this bottom corner. That's going to be a pill to get out of there. Maybe I'll turn it off, and I will just let me come in here and just put it in here. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it off again. There's the bell, and I'm going to go grab downhill here so we don't get stuck. I'm going to take a little extra time to do the bailing here. So what would you guys do if anyway, we probably have another... Nope, wrong way. Wow, he is still not full. Well, that's interesting. I would have thought for sure that he'd have been full by now, but I guess his field isn't quite as large as I thought. But he is close. So I'll just take this on up here and try to go empty him out. Going round and round and doing it faithfully. So there's a few fields we have up here on top when we come back to another episode. Oh, you dirty bugger. Look at that. Take me to my combine. He is wandering. Yeah, you're done, pal. You're done. You snuck through the hedge. Yeah, that's the trouble kind of with this mod. It looks for other... it looks for other areas to cut barley straight ahead. And so it kind of has a look ahead feature. So we'll need to get him going on the right way. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along and making this part of your day and spending a little time here. Hope you're enjoying Feldy as much as I am. And I'll say goodbye for now and see you on the next one.